Alright boys, welcome back to the Black Clover mobile video. Witch Queen is dropping tonight, and for many people she is going to be a must summon. But before we break it down, boys, if you're new and you're here for Black Clover content, of course subscribe. We're going to keep you updated towards this game. And yeah, the main reason why this character is so good and why people want her is for one main reason, and it's literally just her ultimate. I mean, it's more to it, but her ultimate, as you can see here, does set the HP of one ally with the highest defense, which is always Black Asta, to 30% of their max HP, which means you are going to actually set Asta into anti-magic, so he can always actually reliably be an actual DPS character, where right now he's kind of a support character. And if the bot somehow plays wrong, then you can kind of rely on Asta being like a big DPS towards the end of the match. But like now, you can actually just use Witch Queen and Asta as like an actual DPS team. You don't have to rely on Julius. You don't have to rely on any other DPS. You can actually make Asta a DPS character. But obviously, the big caveat in a way is the fact that she does give lifesteal towards the allies. So even though you do enter anti-magic, after one attack, whether that be an AoE or obviously an ultimate skill, you're going to lifesteal. So you're no longer going to be an anti-magic, which is kind of balanced, right? If you can actually just make Asta an anti-magic and keep him there, then the game will be done, right? The game will be broken. Also, when you get the character to LL, which is actually quite good, it's not like an awaken passive, she actually will give you immortality if you have like a mono red team, which is where the mono red actual team is going to kind of take over a little bit. Let's quickly jump into some gameplay, because I've not actually seen gameplay of her, like actual animations. I know what she does, I know she's OP, but her first skill, kind of what you expect, right? Just some blood attacks. She does apply, obviously, bleed, but also grants the defender ally 50% of their own max HP as recovery. So you can heal up Asta if you want to. Guess it's not too bad, right? Because you can just kind of keep Asta up and then use the ultimate again. And then the next skill is going to be an actual AoE skill that has a 50% chance to inflict poison, bleed, and burn. I believe it's 50% of all of them. So it's not like you can only get one. Yeah, so it literally applies all three, which it's not gonna do bad damage, right? And of course, once again, the ultimate applies bleed, life steals, and sets the HP of defender to 30%. I can't show the full animation because I have the speed one on, but yeah, a little bit like she's not a DPS, but like you can see like the poison and all the bleed stuff. It can do a bit of a DPS build here. You can see I set myself here because I'm the only one in the team, and if I do one AoE skill, do a life steal. So yeah, boom, you life steal, but obviously you can't do that much damage towards bots. Alright, so should you be summoning? Honestly, if you have, I would say around like 15,000+ crystals right now, I definitely recommend it. I'd say one of the best things about Witch Queen is that she has so much power just at 0 star, so you don't have to chase dupes for her. So I'm really hoping when I do summon for her, I can get her early, because as soon as I get her, I'm stopping. If you look at her Awaken passive, at the start of the turn, grants all allies 10% of own max HP as recovery, and for each instance of continuous damage inflicted on the enemy, inflicts the lifesteal effect by special skill by 100%. It's not bad, right? It's just like, it's not, you don't really care. She has, the only thing you care about is simply just having that HP set to obviously Asta to make him go in anti-magic. If you use Formula Red, then you can get the immortality. That's literally all you care about. So yeah, I'd say one of the best things about this character is you only have to get her once. I mean, half stamina is now gone, but a little quick tip, and this is not really just for Witch Queen, but any character going forward. The bond you get, for obviously when you max out a bond from past 10 to 15, you actually get a lot of actual black crystals. I just summoned for Season 5. I went down to like 2k crystals. I'm now back up to 31k. Now, granted, I did buy some crystals, like I think like 10k worth, but still, I farmed the 20,000 crystals by simply maxing the bond of all my characters. You can see I've not done everyone, but I've done a lot of characters in my box that are all plus 15, and you get like 500 per character. So like you can just, it really does add up. It's actually insane how much black crystals you can get just by using the bond of characters. So if you ever broke one time and use some crystals, yeah, just do the bond, especially when it's half stamina. All right, so should you summon? There's two main things here. Is that if you only have Asta as like your main DPS, you don't have Julius, then it's kind of a give and take a little bit. One, you don't need to have Julius, because you can actually now reliably make Asta your main DPS character. So you can simply choose Witch Queen, Black Asta, and like any two supports, and you actually have a pretty good team. But if you also don't have Julius and you actually want him, then I probably would recommend skipping, because it's more than likely we're going to be getting Julius next season when we do get Mereoleona, and Mereoleona is also a must summon. So you have to some for Meridiana and also Julius, unless they decide to put Julius on the actual banner. So that is actually around like 30, like 40-ish thousand crystals. So if you don't have that much right now or even close to it, then I probably recommend skipping. Fauna, not that Fauna is better than the Witch Queen, but if you like Fauna and you want this Fauna, she's coming out 1 week later. So if you want to summon for her instead, then you obviously can do that. It also is leaked right now that we are going to be getting a rerun for Season 1 and also Season 2. So we're going to have the Clover Academy Asta, we're going to have Clover Academy Mimosa, and also the Yami, also with obviously Charmy, with Noelle, and also the Ghost. So if you want those units, if you missed those, if you didn't play during the early launch of the game, then you can summon on that banner instead. Might be a bit more important because those are rare characters, because the Witch Queen, while she is a little must summon right now, she will go into the general SSR pool for the rest of the life cycle of the game. And for example, like Goldery literally was out 2 weeks before this actual new Season 5 banner. So as soon as his banner left, we got the Season 5 banner. He's now in the actual summon pool, and I actually pulled him. Obviously, it's a very low chance, but if you're doing 20 summons on obviously Julius, if you're doing 20 summons on Meridiana, and like any character going forth, there's a very good chance you could obviously summon the Witch Queen. But like I said, since the character has like the highest rate up she's ever going to have, unless you wait for like the reroll custom banner, it's probably the best time to summon for her, because once you get her once, you're done. You can stop, because like I said, you don't need to dupe her out unless you really want to max. If you really want to use mono red and you really want to just optimize your team and compete at the big boys top leagues, then you probably, I guess, you want to dupe it out a little bit. But you get some with value at her just being 0-star. Personally, myself, I'm summoning. I really hope I don't have to go to pity to get her. I just want to get her early on and then stop, and then we're kind of moving on. Her skill page, you probably want to have a little bit if you have the choice to get it, I guess, because it does inflict, obviously, it adds the effect towards the AoE. Inflicts reduced HP recovery received, debuff by level 4, which it doesn't stop healing, it just reduces it. So they still heal a little bit. The actual effect it does do is actually pretty good. When hit by an enemy who has taken continuous bleed damage, so if you apply your AoE skill, you get this to apply. If they attack her, there's a 40% chance, and obviously you can increase it towards a 100% chance to grant an 85% increased defense buff for all allies for 2 turns. Does not stack. Yeah, massive, because if Asta enters anti-magic and then obviously can't apply his defensive buff, because she does have faster speed than Asta, if they attack her, then you get this actual defensive buff. Yeah, it's just give me a second. So you probably actually want the skill page duped out a little bit, actually, not gonna lie. But personally, I'm probably not gonna chase skill pages. If I happen to pull it later on, or we have the option to pick up for free, then I definitely will do that. So yeah, this is probably going to wrap up the video. Boys, should you be summoning? Yes, I think she actually is worth it. But if you're in a bad spot right now, you don't have current crystals, like a lot saved up for like Meridiana. If you want to risk doing a few summons to try and get early, it's obviously risky, but if it pays off, then you're going to stop and save for the next banner. If you want Fauna coming out next week, if you want to try and get some of the seasonal ones and Season 2 banners, then maybe save for that banner. If you don't have Julius, you can either do one summon and make Asta your main DPS if you haven't built up or you haven't maxed duped out. If not, I probably recommend saving your crystals for obviously Meridiana when she comes out next season, and also save for obviously Julius if he does return next season. It's very possible he could be on the banner with Meridiana, so that'll be a positive, so you can kind of get a 2 for 1 basically. But yeah, no problem, no worries if you miss out on this actual Witch Queen, because once again, she will go into the general SSR pool, and give it a few weeks, they'll probably give out a few tickets where you can basically like guarantee the character if you do like a few summons like I did in Season 4. So yeah, that is going to wrap up today's video, boys. Good luck on your summons. Once again, we'll be summoning tonight, or I guess tomorrow morning for me when it does drop on like 9 AM. Really hope I get her early, because yeah, I do want to try and save for Meridiana, because I want to try and get her duped out, max out. But maybe I might be a bit tempted to go into the actual Season 1 banner again, because I am missing that. Because I am missing Season 1 Mimosa. That'd be pretty cool to get. But maybe I might save for Season 3 rerun, because for Golden's going to get a lot better with the release of Meridiana. So yeah, boys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.